Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Everfanshow. This is your host, Dylan, and I'm today with Francis. And you were asking who is gonna be our guest today, and I'm happy to announce that we have no guests today. So you're sadly stuck with me and Francis. I know I know he's an ass, but you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, fuck. Next 30 minutes will be boring as hell. Okay.
So
yes, Emilio. Actually, yeah, we were gonna address it maybe later on the live, but since you're asking, yeah, I will try contacting Mumbo Jumbo later tonight. I'm gonna watch some of his short film too to know which one we will be doing the filmmaking with about. So yeah, we heard your suggestion. We've taken it, and we're gonna try to make it happen now. Hopefully for next Friday. And yeah, so actually, today what we had in mind was to show you some really big elephants that Dylan made himself for Battle for Diratia, which is our role-playing game we're inventing right now. Role-playing war game we're working on. Pretty amazing, actually. It's super huge, like freakishly huge compared to the miniature. But yeah, it's gonna be something pretty cool to release.
Well, it's realistically huge. That's
what she said.
Okay, so since we're on the subject, let's just go with it. So, let me open this. Yeah. So, hey, that it worked. So, so yeah, since we're releasing it now, we decided to make a 50% sale for the first week of the sale for the elephant models. So it's 6 elephants. You have 3 wild elephants and 3 war elephants with their base and a few accessories. So yeah, if you want to get it, there's a link in the description to our My Mini Factory, but it's the link to the Dalen miniature. But if you want to get the Dalen miniature, it's also awesome, and you should also get it.
Yeah, and actually, Dylan had the idea today to see if we had any people with a 3D printer today in the chat, and if so, just
tell
give us a shout.
Yeah, tell us who has a 3D printer, and
we'll do a draw for the elephant.
I haven't finished printing my elephants yet, but here's a sample of a head. So I'm just gonna refocus here for you. So that's what the head of one of the elephants looked like. And I have a Dalen miniature here, just for scale reference. So he's about the size of one of his tusks. So that gives you an idea what the elephant will look like with the body. And here is also the cart that goes on the back of the elephant with 2 miniatures in it. So that's what's going to be on the back of the elephant to hold the warriors above it. And I forgot to remove my share screen. I'm sorry.
Actually, someone has a question for you, Dylan.
Yeah.
First of all, what about dragons? And then GW Entertainment said, how about fire-breathing elephants with wings?
Games Workshop, I don't agree. No.
What?
Well, you said GW, right?
No. Sorry, JW.
Okay.
Entertainment.
JW. Sorry. Jazza isn't cheap to hire. Effect. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, and the other question was, what about dragons? So I'm probably gonna do a dragon eventually, but actually, this is the first miniature I have ever sculpted.
Yeah,
So,
and it looks
uh,
good actually.
okay, let's go with the funny anecdote. So, when we started thinking about doing the Dalen miniature, we talked what we're gonna do, and Francis suggested, or Francis or Zach, I don't remember which of you, but you suggested that I sculpt the miniature of Dalen, and I said,
Well, I think we
nah.
both did.
I said, nah, I'm not good enough to do that. Let's hire a professional sculptor to do it. I really want that miniature to be top notch, and I really don't want to screw it up. I never sculpted any miniatures, so. Uh, and then after we released the Dalen miniature, I thought I want to try sculpting one just for fun. And yeah, that's what I did. And Francis came to me, is it yesterday or 2 days ago? And you told me that you were angry with me for saying that I wasn't good enough to sculpt a miniature.
Yeah, well, yeah, even before you were finished with the elephant, I was like, "Holy crap, it looks amazing!" And you were like, "Oh, don't say the good thing. Tell me what's bad." And I just said, "Yeah, I'm not a zoologist, so I have no freaking idea what's bad." Yeah, no, it's a great looking elephant. Like, yeah, I've seen way worse.
Well, I was looking at what the competitors are. So, what other war elephants were on the market for uh, 3D print? Well, for war gaming and for 3D printable miniatures. For 3D printable, I only found two other alternatives. There's one that's, I think, way better than mine, but it's also more expensive. Um, and the other option is the same price as mine, but it's not as good looking. So I think I'm
Yeah,
in a nice place for this
yeah. Right now,
this
it's
thing.
pretty cheap for what it is. Uh, John, actually, the Dylan miniature, we sent them a bunch of, well, we sent them the cover of the book. We sent them the poster so that they can see exactly what the jacket looks like because we wanted it to be not only accurate to the character in the book, but also to the character, but well, to
Yeah.
Dawson. So, which is why the face looks like Dawson, but it's mainly those colors. Well, it's mainly what the character
We
is
also
based on.
sent him the concept arts that we did for the film as well.
World of Tanks. No, we're talking about Battle for Diratia, Emilio. So yeah, actually, this is one thing. I don't know if we should talk about that. For Battle for Diratia, the fact that we were planning to maybe incorporate some stuff from the from Everfall, where maybe, but it's actually pretty hard
Well,
to incorporate.
Zach doesn't want to. I was the one that suggested it.
Yeah, and I like
Uh,
the idea. So 2 against 1. Too bad, Zach. I know you're in the chat. Boo, chat, boo, Zach.
so yeah, it's just the magic system that I don't know how I'm gonna adapt if we do it. So yeah, it's just to try and
Nah.
find what were we discussing before the live that I was like, hey, I have to. talk about. We have to talk about that.
Well, we can always talk about the fact that Studio Mel's has the technology we wanted, but that was in
Well,
England at first. So that's an option. we could always talk a bit about that and the possibility that we get the same thing here.
well,
Um,
I okay. So let's give a bit of context. So Jason of Rebel Pictures in the UK contacted us for to suggest to us that we could use their studios to film Shadow of the Conqueror. And well, it adds a lot of logistics problems potentially. So we probably like 95% chance that we won't do it. After evaluating the options, it's probably not gonna happen. And that you don't know, Francis, but I sent the Mel's thing to Rooks so that she starts looking into it.
okay, good. That's what I want. So
And
perfect.
she told me that it probably wasn't going to be in our budget, and I told her, try anyways.
Yeah, try to get it for free. Make it in our budget. So yeah,
Okay,
that's
and
a pretty good thing.
while we're on the subject, so yesterday I was discussing with Steph about the film and when we're gonna film it, and we were talking about the fact that COVID is not getting better,
Yep, I know.
and that makes me a bit scared.
Well, we're still what, 8 months? Yeah, we still have 8 months. So I hope that by then we'll be good, or at least we'll be good enough to get the people we need here to do the shoot. At least. But yeah, obviously, this is the one thing that we're that is a pain in the butt right now. Huge pain in the butt.
Well, I the worst thing is that we can't know if we're gonna be able to do everything, and we need to take decisions a few years in advance. Not a few years, a few months in advance. Like, we can't rent the studios 1 week before shooting. We need to rent the studios like 6 months in advance, and we can't do that if we're unsure that Dawson is going to be able to come here, that Shad is going to be able to come here.
Yeah, true.
Like, we can't do the film if Dawson can't be here.
No, that's true. It's impossible. And right
Like,
now, the worst place in the world for the COVID, apart from France, is in the US.
and the UK isn't faring very well either.
Oh no,
From what I heard,
I didn't follow, but they're not far from France, right?
yeah.
Those French people, damn it! They brought you to COVID.
So yeah, that's. I just want to talk about the fact that I'm afraid. Fuck it. I have to. I think I have the right to say it, and I think I just sweared. And I was about to comment on Shad's video today about the fact that I don't believe in swear words. I think the intent is what's most important. What words you choose, that's another thing. But the important thing is what you mean to say. So.
Yeah, and you just swore. Well, anyway. So yeah, but the movie will come for sure. We just hope it will be. Like right now, we're in October. We were supposed to be shooting now. It's already a pain in my butt. Like, I hate that.
Francis can tell you. Francis can tell you. I fought nail and teeth to try and film now. I wanted to be filming right now. I wasn't. really, I did everything in my power to be shooting right now. And it's not because we couldn't. It's not because we didn't have everything in place to do it. It's not because we didn't have enough time to rehearse. It's just because of fucking COVID. And I swear it again. Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. So right now it's hard, and we don't know neither if it's gonna get better. Hopefully, we're gonna get a vaccine by the end of 2020 or early 2021, so they can get better. If we can shoot like even this summer, I don't mind. If it's not May, if it's June, July, I don't care as long as we shoot this summer. That's all I want. And this is one thing I've been working on because I feel bad that we can't deliver as soon as we wanted to deliver it. And right now we've been battling with how we should proceed, what we should do while we wait, because there's so much we can do in pre-production. At some point you're done.
And where, yeah. And where should we put our efforts? And like, I understand the people that feel frustrated because we're not currently necessarily working on the short film. I'm, let's say, working on Battle for Diratia, or Francis is working on a short film, or whatever. But we're not gonna stop doing everything else because we're waiting to be able to shoot Shadow of the Conqueror. Exactly. It's not going to come sooner because I stopped doing everything else.
So that's why my goal is to get at least one guest every 2 weeks for filmmaking with, so that actually guests that you suggest or that we find that are really interesting. Like last week, I think it was pretty interesting, went pretty well. And that's also why I've talked with two screenwriters. I'm working with both of them. We're going to try to release one short every month, if possible. And we're going to try to do it.
You didn't tell me that.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. Yeah.
I don't believe
goal.
it, but
well,
it's good to dream big.
Oh, it's possible. It's possible.
I know it's possible. I've already done short films in once per week, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is, but might as well do something while we're not doing what we want to do. And I think the best thing we can do is show people what we're all about, and what we can bring to that movie while waiting to be able to shoot it and deliver it. So even if it's not once a month, that's my goal. But at least if we can get one every 2 months, even, that would be great. Just some more content, original content, that will be cool. So yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool with the lowest budget possible, because obviously we're not touching the budget for Shadow of the Conqueror. Ever, never, never, never. So yeah, we have a couple ideas already. Well, I do for a short film. I have about 4. So fully could be will be something pretty nice in the coming month, I think. At least on that point.
I'm not sure that we should talk about that, but I've talked about it with Zach yesterday, and I've had a very long discussion with you about this. I don't know how I should approach this live. I've never... Okay, so basically I've had this discussion with both Zach and Francis separately. So talking about who gets the money if we make money, because okay, right now I don't know if I can say that, but like right now we make $10 per month from YouTube. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah. Woo!
I'm gonna be rich, and now I have to split that between me, Francis, and Zach. So we had to discuss how we're gonna separate our $10. You understand? It's a big issue now here, because you want your part of your $10 advertisement.
Actually, no, money. I don't. But yeah, I want it put on more short film. $3 budget. Yeah.
Well, you just lost it because the contest, the giveaway that we did 2 weeks ago, cost us $25 of shipping and $3 of plastic, plus $300 for the miniature.
Yeah, we're about like what, 15 months back? No, actually way more than
something
that.
like that. So I'm gonna split to you a negative $150. So
And actually, someone asked in the chat, what does the name Diratia mean or come from?
okay, so Diratia comes from this. So okay, this is going to be a complex camera move.
Yeah, you see what we can do? One-handed.
So that's the map of my fantasy universe. I've written several novels that are in the universe of Diratia, and the name at first was Diratia. And Zach told me it sounds like shit, so change it. So we did, and now it's Diratia, and you have to deal with it.
Yeah, and actually, you can find the book, Dylan's book, nowhere.
There is, I think, 2 copies existing now. The others have been burnt.
The others.
So I have one in my library, and I think my grandma has one, or something like that. Maybe
that's everyone's goal.
Maybe my ex has one, but
No, she burnt it.
probably.
Actually, someone says, John said, once you get to the letters Dawson is reading, you might see a bit of demonetization. There are some pretty adult themes. Yeah, we should have beeped him. Damn it. But we already programmed everything.
Sorry, Francis, we're going to lose a bit more money.
God damn it. Losing money we don't have. Are these novels Gucci? What you mean by that?
Okay, so to explain a bit about it, so Diratia was invented, I think, while I was in first year of high school. So that's a while ago.
Yeah, a lot of teen stuff in there.
And I wrote the first novel back then. It grew, and I wrote the others a bit further on, but they weren't that good, let's say. Okay, I like the last book I released. I like the story and I want to rewrite it. I just don't have the courage to do it. So I'm gonna do it eventually, but it's not my priority, let's say. So, and I think we found a very, very good way to introduce my universe. And I think I prefer introducing my universe as a role-playing game rather than introducing it as a novel or even as a film.
Because, well, actually, we talked about making a film after we release fully the Battle for Diratia, but it will never be fully released because we will always do updates.
That's our goal with Battle for Diratia. So I talk a lot with Francis and Zach. I don't know if you understood that theme that's here. So there's a theme in our lives that I have some discussions during the week with Francis and Zach, and then I talk about to you about the discussions we had. Well, the ones that were interesting. Most of the time I
don't remember them. Yeah, most of the time I don't remember them. But
well, you have to think that how much time do we talk per week? Me and you, Francis.
I don't know, but you send a hell of a lot of messengers. A lot. Like, I've seen about 25 versions of that elephant.
I think you're toning it down a bit.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I might have forgot a bit of it, like maybe just cleaning the brain to receive more. Hopefully, we're done with that. What's next? A cat? No.
But I think I called you and Zach maybe at least for an hour a day or something like that. Not necessarily every day, but like each day I skip, I
Yeah,
talk to you more on the day after.
yeah. You talked to me for like 4 hours at some point. So
Yeah.
while I was working.
I have a lot of stuff to say, guys. Okay, so
So Emilio says release or rewrite the book, and you might get some extra cash flowing. And then anyone wants to be Dylan's Hermes.
Hermes?
Hermes, I think he's talking about the god, no? Hermes? Hermes?
I'm not sure.
I have no freaking idea. What are you talking about, Emilio?
Okay, so I'm showing to you our Patreon page. And I'm not showing it to you because you should support us on Patreon and help us do more than $10 per day, per month. Sorry, per month.
Per day would be really good.
It would be better than what we're doing right now. We still have $53 per month of Patreon, and we are very, very grateful for the people supporting us on Patreon. Thanks to all of you guys. You're amazing. But I just want to talk about the fact that we released a new version of Battle for Diratia today, and in this version we changed the introduction. And the reason we did that, and Zach rewrote the introduction, I have to credit him for that. So the reason we changed the introduction is because some people are getting the book and don't know us.
Oh, that's the reason. Okay. I probably skipped that in Messenger at some point.
So we wanted to make sure that these people know who we are and what's our goal with the game when they read it. So we added that in there. We added No Man Rules Alone, and that is something that Zach wanted me to put in the book since we started working on it.
Could you explain for people what it is?
Okay, so do you know what it is, Francis?
Absolutely not.
So I'm going to explain it to you at the same time I explain it to Francis. So
yeah, explain it to me like I'm two. You better dangle some toys in front of me.
Okay, so No Man Rules Alone is a chapter in the book that explains you how to structure your game to make it politically complex and more interesting on the role-playing side of the game. So, and when I showed the release version of that chapter to Zach, he told me, yeah, but there's not really any mechanics in there. I'm like, no, that's the point. It's a role-playing mechanic. You can't put numbers on role-playing.
No, that's true.
So basically it tells you.
Yeah, me neither. I don't see any toy dangling. Kind of sad there. You could actually dangle the elephant's head at least. Thank you. Oh my god.
Okay. Let me open the book so I can show you guys a bit more. I think showing is better than just talking. So I'm gonna show you.
And all the art the art you see are from our very own Thorbjorn.
Thanks
so shout out to
so
Thorbjorn,
much to Thorbjorn. But because the book would be really boring without Thorbjorn's art. So really thanks Thorbjorn for letting us use it because again we're giving the book away, so we're
we
not.
we have planned on doing a print at some point if it gets very popular.
No, I
And
don't want
no,
to. I don't want
oh man,
to.
that would be cool with special art from Thorbjorn, like
Yeah, but
never seen art
okay.
before.
Before we continue on No
Never
Man
seen
Rules Alone. Okay.
art never seen before.
Okay. The goal with Battle for Diratia, and I talked with Zach about this yesterday, is to make something like Minecraft. So Francis, you told me you never played Minecraft, but me and
I
Zach
tried.
have been playing Minecraft since the alpha version. So in alpha, Minecraft was only like stone and grass blocks, and you had a pickaxe, and you could break stone blocks and put them somewhere else or something like that. That was the whole game. And it got updates constantly until it got into beta, where it had trees and animals, but the terrain was still very basic. And then it got the full release, which had much more stuff and new updates, and it always gets patched, it always gets updated, and that's our goal with Battle for Diratia. It was to release it early on and get constant feedback from the people trying it, and really make it best as possible. Most role-playing games, most wargaming, most war games, tabletop war games get updates once every 5 years or something like that, and it's a new book that you have to buy, and then you have to relearn everything from scratch because rules have changed completely, and then you don't like the new version, but you keep playing it because all your friends are playing it. And then you get frustrated with the class system, and you shout at your DM because you're not happy with the rules of the game. And then
You're talking about Pathfinder Second Edition.
oh, sorry. I think I was. So, yeah.
Someone asked if there is some monster to beat.
In Battle for Diratia,
Yeah.
sadly, I didn't include monsters a lot, really, yet. They're gonna come. That's for sure, and that's the nice thing. So, if there are things that you want to see, things that you want us to focus on for Battle for Diratia, don't hesitate to tell us. We're trying to release a new version of Battle for Diratia every week. And I said we're trying, okay? So don't come shouting at me because I didn't release one this week, okay? Last week I did 120 hours of work, just to clarify. 120 hours of work last week. So don't come at me and tell me that I didn't release my version of Battle for Diratia, okay?
Well, you didn't do it, so. But we could do a second book, because this one will get pretty big if we start putting monster in there. But adding a book which is called Monster of Diratia. Diratia? Diratia. That could be nice. 2 installment. Because it could be a pain. Like if it reached 200 pages.
I don't know. I like everything being in one place.
Well, it's still in one place. It will be in the computer because you don't want to print it.
So we included a new table of contents that you can click on, and that's
Ooh.
really fun because we're now at 75 pages,
Oh,
and
beast. Automation. Oh no, there's no beast. Okay. I thought it's just the chapter.
yeah, so beasts, and then you have
Oh.
Orimvorax, which are eight-legged wolf thingies. You have chickens, so if you want to fight chicken, you can. You have a few different types of donkeys, horses. You have elephants, so you can get your elephants.
Yeah, when you start the game, you cannot even buy an elephant. It's too
And
expensive.
yeah, no,
You can steal one though, but good luck.
you can fight lions and tigers. You have Pegasus. Uh, yeah, you have wolves, but that's about it. So, uh, and most of these were added in this update, like today. So there's a lot of more monsters coming up, and what is it?
John Michael Chan said, "Tips for making up monsters: just add more legs to it."
You got it. You got it.
Emilio said, "Maybe leave the monster concepts and ideas to the fans and supporters. Could leave you with a lighter burden."
Well, yes and no. I want it to be there for.
Or we could add a monster, how to create a monster. That way
Well,
you give the possibility to create their own monster, because it's a fairly like complicated system.
well, it's easy. You can create any monster you want pretty easily.
But is there a table for it?
Well, it's the same thing as creating a character. That's
Yeah, but the character, you have to buy guns and everything.
No,
Like,
no, but I mean, you go through character creation until you get to skills, and you just don't buy skills, and that's
so you buy legs.
Okay, no, that's the only thing. Okay, so
You cannot buy a monster.
okay, so the big difference is these things here. So these are advantages and disadvantages. So
Oh.
I could include a list of advantages, disadvantages, and the costs of the advantages and disadvantages. That's what I could do. Just to be how to create your monster.
You know what? I'll come up with a list of what you can buy for your monster. A full list, because I love creating monsters.
So well, we already have a lot a decent list of things that you can
My
buy.
vision is there.
So yeah.
So yeah, you just have to actually put them all in one table so that you don't have to scroll through every monsters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'll wait for you to do the table, and then
I have the costs already of every advantage and disadvantage. It's just not in the book.
See, 10 pages more. Yeah, 10 more pages coming, guys.
But yeah, I want a dragon in my book. Like, we can't do, and it's also up to the DM. Like, the DM can. What is it again?
JW said, "I imagine you must be a skilled player to survive an encounter with a chicken." Well, if you've played Skyrim, you know damn well that you need to. Or even if you've played Ocarina of Time, those chickens are impossible to beat. Like, they're crazy. It's like putting 4 Luigi against you in Smash Brother. Was it Smash Bros? Yeah, Smash Bros. Yeah.
And I also
Crazy.
added an automation chapter for those who need to play alone. Because of COVID again. And I got the idea by looking at a few wargamers that were frustrated because they couldn't play their war games by themselves. So I added that.
And you see, take notes here. Emilio said, "Pride of the nation, a beast made of steel, Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean. He was made to rule the waves across the seven seas."
That's the type of monster that Zach wants, not me.
Well, it's the type of monster you will never survive in an encounter. No, it's impossible.
um. Yeah, and by the way, Zach is also trying to release a new scenario for Battle for Diratia every month. So an original scenario with all of the content that you need for that scenario. The NPCs, the maps, the setting, everything like that. He's trying. I don't think he'll do it, but
Well, it's a goal, right? Like my goal of releasing one short every month.
I
As soon as
have
I
I
release
have
one,
very little faith in you guys.
yeah, we see that. But like you see, we had faith in you, and you didn't bring a new update this week, so we're disappointed.
Last week, this week I brought one.
Shit. Yeah, last week, very disappointed.
It's not like you read every.
Oh shit, no, it's crazy. There are so many updates.
So No Man Rules Alone, and that's why I put update notes, because if you, if I would didn't put any update notes, people wouldn't know what changed between versions, and that would be frustrating, I guess. So, No Man Rules Alone. So, the idea is to explain the concept of keys to power. So, basically, it says that if you are in a position of power, you can't take any decisions by yourself. You need to rely on the people surrounding you, and you need to please them. And if you don't please them with your decisions, they're gonna throw you out and replace you. And that's just reality. I just put it on paper. So,
God damn.
and
I love that chat.
I also decided to put a nice quote here
Ooh.
of Game of Thrones. I don't know if it's legal to do that, but I decided to do it anyways.
It's just a quote.
And yeah, so chaos is a ladder, because I think it's the best quote ever. And it fits really with that chapter. So basically, this chapter says, this part says, if someone is removed from their position, it is chaos, and you're probably gonna lose your position as well. And it explains why most people, why dynasties exist, and why a lot of children get the power after their parents. And it explains also why war is inevitable. That's a complex word to say for a French person.
Inevitable.
Inevitable. So,
the word of the week, inevitable.
But why do countries go to war? Fear, pride, and self-interest.
Oh no, there's also self-defense. Because you might not want to go to war, but you have to because they're coming for you.
Yeah, but that's not a decision that you take. You just, it's imposed on you. And it can go back to self-interest. If you don't defend yourself, it's a bit against your self-interest.
Okay, that's true.
And then I explain political structures and boil it down and really simplify it and gamify it if you want. And I also include example of government structures So senates, republics, army structure, kingdom structure, and legion structure. Just to give you a few examples of how you can handle politics in your game. And I think it's a really fun resource to have. And
Yeah, even if you're just writing a fantasy book.
yeah,
Yeah.
just to have it in writing, just to have something there to get inspired from, I think. Basically, I want you to think about my philosophy of how I build Battle for Diratia. Basically, every time I ask myself, what would I want any other game to have as a game master, and then I put that in the book.
So I just need to say something because, yeah, my players will hate me, but this idea is great. Look, how about a giant carnivorous plant which looks like a welcoming tavern from the outside, and once traveler steps in, they are devoured? That's so amazing. Well, actually, it's kind of a mimic, but that's amazing because it's not a mimic. It's just a plant, a giant plant.
Well, mimics are
Mimics can be anything, but
they're limited in size. If you're
yeah, unless you're crazy. If you're a mean DM, they're not.
If you go with the rules of D&D, they're limited in size to
I know.
a large table.
But I've always loved the idea of having a ladder. You climb the ladder, and when you reach the top, it's the mimic. Mimic everywhere. A mimic world.
Hey boy. I'm not sure I really like mimics. I've never used a mimic in any of my games.
Yeah, I've used them twice, but both time were for a riddle. So actually, if you would understand the riddle, you would dodge the fight. But if you don't look for the riddle, you get the mimic. It's pretty simple, but it's the only time I've used the mimic, actually.
I'm going to say it like that. I don't like mimics because of the same reason I don't like traps.
You don't like traps? Okay.
Traps are stupid. 99% of the time.
Well, I can say that if
I've
you
included
play...
traps, but okay, you're in a dungeon, and that dungeon is the lair of a strong and powerful magician, and he has powerful artifacts and all of that. And
You're describing Tomb of Horror.
And he puts traps that stops people from getting into his lair. Let's say okay, that's all good and dandy, but how does he get into his lair?
Teleportation?
Okay, well, players can teleport in.
No, just the guy. He's powerful enough to do it, not the players. Mm-hmm.
What I've learned through time is that if an NPC can do something, unless you make it broken, which I don't like to do, my NPCs are all very realistic.
Well, the only way you can teleport in D&D, unless I'm mistaken, you need to be high level and created some kind of a portal with runes. So an entry point and an exit point. And if you did that, you need the password to activate it. There is a certain word you have to say to activate it. The other way is that you can teleport, but you can only teleport to some places at a certain maximum distance that you've seen before. So if you've never seen it...
So let's use the portal method. So if there's a portal and that you need to have a password to activate it, the players just need to find the portal and to find the password.
Exactly. So it creates a side quest.
That's a side quest, but they can get in.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be any traps.
No. The traps are there if the players are lazy.
But why would there be another entry at all?
Why wouldn't there be? Like if you had the option to teleport to your room, wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have another entry.
Yeah, but I say there's two possible ways. I'm not saying you're a super intelligent magician as a portal. He's probably teleporting directly in. But you actually described Tomb of Horror, man. It's exactly that.
Even if the magician has some minions, the minions go around in the tomb or whatever, and they die because of the traps.
They stay trapped in their room.
Yeah, and die because of famine.
Yeah, well, you just have to feed them. God damn it, you're not a smart magician, Dylan. Feed your beast.
This makes no sense and is way too convoluted for nothing.
What is a nucalavi, Emilio? Nucalavi. I'm going to do research on that.
Okay, so I also wanted to point out a few things that are here. So the NPC generator, which is awesome. So if you're a DM, use this. Even if you don't use our system, use this. This is cool. Did you understand, Francis? Use this. Okay? I don't fucking care if you don't use my system. Use my NPC generator.
Obviously.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So, it's simple. You roll a d20, a d100, and a d12, and a d8. All at the same time. So,
Okay.
I think if you're a DM, you have all of those dice somewhere. I'm just trying to find mine.
So you see, now you're gonna have to create special dice like this.
Okay. So now I have my dice. So I have a D100, a D20, a D12, and a D8. Perfect. So I can just roll all of those dice at once, and it gives me a character with an entire personality and background. So 25. So my character has values his career, and that's the most important thing for him is his career. He enunciates every word very clearly. He is very friendly, and he is famous and controversial. So he's known by everyone and is controversial. So when my players meet him, well, they're probably gonna hear about him a bit around. So if people talk about, they're gonna talk about that character, and because he's famous and controversial, and that's what most people talk about, controversial things. And when they meet him, he's gonna be, hello, I am very happy to have you in my career. So I am going to help you choose my product.
Why are you portraying Q-Seg?
No, I'm not, but if...
No, it clearly sounds like Q-Seg in the audiobook.
I wasn't...
Listen to me, Lyra. I am hungry now.
Okay, that's... And then you have the event generator. So you roll a d8 and a d20, and that gives you a random event that happens, and that's going to um, happen and that your players are going to have to face and act upon. So 3 and 15. So I'm going the third column and 15. So that's war is hell. So as a DM, I need to interpret that and say, okay, how do I show my players that war is hell? And that can inspire you to bring some new things to your game. So that's the idea. Okay, I think that's enough talking about the awesome mechanics that we have. Don't you think?
Yeah. Well, we went around pretty much everything. So
Yeah, and it's already been an hour. Damn.
yeah,
Time flies fast.
it does.
Well, it's maybe because I started talking about things that I'm passionate about. I hope that you guys like this. Hey, did you see, Francis, anyone in the chat that has a 3D printer? So yeah,
One person,
one person. Who's that person?
John,
John.
who won the dayless.
Seriously?
Yeah.
There's no one else here.
Well, I didn't see anyone else. I've read pretty much all the comments as they came, and the only person who said that had access to a 3D printer was John. Maybe wait, maybe someone else. Oh no, I wish I had a 3D printer.
Yeah. Keep streaming, more fun.
Yeah, we could talk about the fact that Shads is releasing a graphic novel.
Okay, so Shad is probably gonna come on the stream and talk about his graphic novel. I think he's gonna wait for the Indiegogo campaign to go live before he does that.
And it will next month.
And the one thing that's fun about this is he's doing his campaign to release it, not to finance it. Which
exactly.
is cool because you're not gonna have to wait for a long time before you get it.
Yeah, he also mentioned that he's working on a book, which is not Shadow of the Conqueror, the sequel, but he is working on the sequel. He did mention it, but he's going to release something that he's worked on before and that he's rewriting that will come between the release of, I think, the graphic novel and Shadow of the Conqueror second book, which will probably be named... I have no freaking idea. What could it be? The Shades? No. I hope the Shades will be there, actually. Like, way more than in the first.
Shadow of the Conqueror 2?
Yeah, I really hope
he
there's going to be...
He said what the title was going to be.
Oh, yeah?
He said it on our live.
No, he didn't say it.
Yeah, he announced the title of his second book on our live.
Was it official that it was going to be that?
Was.
And what is it?
I don't remember. It's,
oh, shit. Eh? So you remember he said it.
Chronicles of Everfall.
Does someone know in the chat?
It's something of the Conqueror.
Wait, there's a graphic novel by Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Oh, shit, I need that. I don't even know what it is, but I need it. Just because it's Keanu.
Return of the Goats. Trials of the Conqueror, yeah. I think
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
I have to go back and look at our videos. I might be wrong, but I think it's
I think it was
Trials of the Conqueror.
Or he was saying that the first one was like the Trials of the Conqueror.
Not Trail of the Conqueror, sorry, Uriel. It's not Trail. but it might. I think it's Trials of the Conqueror.
But it wouldn't make it wouldn't make sense with the first one.
Okay.
Shadow, Trail. Next one would be Mist. Okay.
Okay, now
Mist of
I
the
just
Conqueror.
realized that I'm competing with Linus Tech Tips to do a live stream because they're live. They're also live right now, and that's not. Yeah, and we didn't even talk about that. We also need to talk about that. So okay, a few. We're gonna stay live with you guys just to end a few things here. So I want to confirm the name of the book, the title of the book. I don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, well, now that I've read, I'm pretty sure it's Trials of the Conqueror. Pretty sure. So who's gonna get the other book from Shad? Not Shadow of the Conqueror, but the one in between that still has no name. Like I'll probably get it. Like I'm gonna get the graphic novel because
Yeah, dude.
like I'm an addict, so
I'm gonna be the first one getting the.
we're gonna do a
graphic
review
novel.
of the book.
Uh,
We're gonna get Dawson to read it.
ooh, that would be good. Damn it! We released so many videos.
Wow. Well, we're gonna find it for the next live. We could do that. But I'm pretty sure it's Trials. I think Emilio's right there. Pretty sure he is right. He's always there anyway.
Yeah. If someone
So-
knows, it's probably Emilio.
Like he has been on these live more than I have been.
Here
So-
it is. By the way, that's a nice show. You should listen to
So let's
Everfans
go
show.
to right away to our special guest.
You all know him for his amazing looks. This is Shad that is going to be joining us
Yeah.
right now on this special. Let's not listen
Yes.
to all of
I
it.
like it.
You like to, because I've pretty much settled on it, and it's very appropriate to what's happening in book 2, and so I'll share it with you and everyone in the stream now. So the title of book 2 is called Trials of the Conqueror.
And you just won a piece of robot. So you choose your robot and we'll make you a robot.
Okay, so try looking on Shad's channel, Dylan.
Yeah, to find the name of the book.
Well, I don't think he said it on his channel.
Oh yeah, we wanted to talk about that. That's true.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about that. Okay, so if you haven't looked at it, I hope you have, but you should go and look at the Letter of the Conqueror that I forced Dawson to do. I took his arm and I twisted it until he said, okay, Dylan, I'm going to do it. So now that he suffered for you guys, you have to go and watch this. Dawson put a lot of effort into sitting down on a chair and reading a book for you. So
Yeah. Just look at this. Just the first few seconds. These awesome looks.
it makes me want to cry every time I see him.
Because we keep delaying it.
Greetings, I'm not Shad.
He's so
My
good.
name is Dawson. Is that how you'd say it in an Australian accent? Dawson. I don't know
Dawson.
if I can do an Australian accent. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My name is Dawson. I am an actor. Shad is the author of this book, Shadow of the Conqueror, being the first
Thanks,
parts
Dawson,
of the Chronicles of Everfans.
for introducing Shad
is
to
not
me.
only an author, he is also a wildly successful YouTuber. He is the creator of the channel Shadiversity. He covers history, especially medieval history, one of my favorite things ever. Swords, dragons, machiculations, or machiculations, depending on if you want to be more Roman or French, I guess. Who would want to be French?
I also would like Dawson to be the narrator
Why am I
of
here? I've never
the
made a YouTube
audiobook,
video
but
before.
I don't think
but yeah,
Shad would
I'm an
agree
actor.
with that.
I like to act. I try to be an actor, and I auditioned for, for the short film adaptation of this novel that one of my favorite YouTubers.
Well, like he says, John Mitchell says, not good enough, his hair should be blue. And he says in the video that he's not in character here. So this is not Dalen you're looking at, it's Dawson. So you have to keep in mind that his face might seem like Dalen, but he's actually another person. You could mistake him for Dalen. I understand that, but you just have to keep in mind that Dawson is a separate entity.
Is he? No, he's not.
Okay.
Anyway, let's just say one thing. We're going to do a spoiler here, a huge one. In book 8 of the Chronicles of Everfull, Dalen's going to have a son named Dawson.
Dawson. Yeah, he's the son of the Dawn.
Dawson for this day. Yeah, exactly. Emilio said the same thing. Dawson. Exactly. So, anyway, well, I'm going to have to go. You can keep doing your life.
Okay, no. I'm going to let... I'm going to close this off here. Thanks, everyone, for listening in. Thanks for watching us ramble on about our amazing projects that I love doing and that I hope we're not going to keep doing for only $10 a month. But it's all going to depend on you. Yes, you.
A terrible pun? He said I did a terrible pun. Shut this off. Shut it off.
Okay, so...
God damn it.
If you are not subscribed yet, I don't know what you're doing here. So... it's just a button. You click on it, and then it allows you to see more of our content, which is not necessarily interesting, but it supports us. So that's one thing. You can.
Yeah, your lack of confidence is disturbing. Well.
Okay. So thanks JW, thanks John, thanks Emilio, thanks our
everyone.
patron backers, and have a great day.